Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's Dr. Laurie Davis here, host of the Today Show. And as you are aware, if you're a regular viewer or you're just new to the show, on Thursdays we always feature a very special community. So whether that's our veterans, the disabled community, our Indigenous community, but I have a very special community to share with you today. And my guest, Hastings, will be here shortly to talk about his project in Malawi, Africa. And Hastings and I have been connected now for some time. And we've kind of lost a little bit off track when my phone crashed and my Facebook page was hacked. And you know how that happens? And so I was really happy to get reconnected and invite him to the show. He has a fascinating story and project to share. So let's see, updates. Well. Here in Alberta, Canada, we are experiencing those wildfires again. And as some of you know, I personally was evacuated last year. We were evacuated from our town. We lived in a little camper in the woods for 2 weeks to stay safe. And it's a terrible feeling to think that maybe you won't get back or you won't have a home when you do get back. So right now, all the doors in Alberta are open for evacuees. They evacuated 25,000 people so far to get people out safely because there are 2 big fires in the Jasper National Park. And in the middle of that, of course, is the tourist town of Jasper. And so in Jasper proper, there's only 5,000 people, but the 25,000 came from people who were there on a holiday, 245 hikers in the mountains. They got them all out, and visitors. So they've already lost one of the hotels there, and it's pretty scary stuff. So keep your fingers crossed, prayers in place so that they can get those fires under control and keep everybody safe. But so far, that's the beautiful thing about first responders. And last year when we were evacuated, we had 10 minutes to get out of our home. So you have to grab whatever you can and get out. And that's how that goes down, because those fires can move pretty quickly. So that's our big update. And outside today, it's smoky. We have to keep all of our windows closed because the air quality is really, really poor. So if you have any kind of lung disorder or aging people, babies, pregnant women, they're saying stay inside and stay out of that smoke. Well, who's here this morning? Well, Kathy Bell. Good morning, Kathy. I'm glad to introduce you to my good friend Hastings. And Kathy is one of our backup people who edits shows, helps us to get the shows looking good, gets them out. She does so much work for us in the background. And thank you for your sympathy towards the fires. We just pray that everybody stays safe, because that we cannot replace, right? So we can buy a new TV and we can buy a new couch, but we need to keep our kids and ourselves safe. Let's see what else. Tomorrow on the show, we have some celebrities coming in, 2 musicians and singers, and that'll be fun because Monday, if you recall, Monday's all about self-care, self-empowerment. Tuesday's show is all about finance with our good friend Ramin Modiri from California, our financial guru. And this past week, he shared the 15 best places to live on the planet. Wow. I was surprised because guess what? Canada and the United States were not on the list. So there you go. The number 1 country was Costa Rica. Number 2 was Portugal. And number 3 was Mexico. So when they pick the top countries to live in, they include things like political stability, safety, climate, housing. So they rate them every year according to 12 criteria. So sad to say, Canada wasn't on the list. Oh, well, what can I say? We better get to work and make some changes, I guess. That's the best thing. Let's see, what else do we have to announce? I guess that would be it for now. Jay, our founder, might pop in because he hasn't met Hastings yet. So he might very well pop in to say hello. And I guess that's it. So we're going to take a little 30-second break because remember, this is where you can purchase advertising to support the show, support our projects. The Disability Channel is a very special channel. We don't report the negative, we report the positive. And we also have a platform. The Disability Channel has an educational and employment program platform where actually geared towards veterans who've been hurt or disabled, also the disabled community, where you can be funded and go take a training on how to be in the media business, either in front of the camera, behind the camera, and it's all funded by the Canadian government. So that's really powerful too. All righty, and here we go, 30 seconds. So if you have a product, a program, or a service that you would like to advertise, then we would take a break and do that. So this is just an example because once I get into a conversation with Hastings, I don't want to interrupt that. All right, so we'll do this now. Here we go.
The day is set. Join us October 12th, 2024 at Carrigan Arms for our next fundraiser in honor of veterans, the Invictus Games in British Columbia, Canada, and TDC Employment Program Enrollment. For more information, email us at info@thedisabilitychannel.ca. Introducing Veteran House Alliance International Monthly 50/50 Raffle. Purchase your ticket today, link on display, and have a chance to win cash and help a great platform supporting veterans.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. And Hastings, welcome to the show all the way from Malawi, Africa. Good morning. Or for you, good afternoon.
Good morning, Laurie. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. What time is it there right now for our viewers? What time are you?
Yeah, right now it's 8 minutes past 5, so it's p.m. So it's getting dark right now in Malawi.
Right. So you've already lived your Thursday. Your Thursday's over.
Yes, in fact we are finishing up our Thursday now. But I can imagine that you are starting your Thursday in Canada.
That is correct. So, Hastings, it's been a while since we've chatted, and I've missed you. And we've had you on the show, my prior shows, but a lot has happened since then, and we've had COVID, and then you're working on some projects there. So let's just get started with, because these are all new viewers who don't know you. So you have to pretend you've never shared a thing with me ever before, okay?
Yeah.
So let's talk first of all about you and what you're doing right now. And then we'll back paddle to support our viewers in finding out how you got to this place. So what are you working on right now? What do you do? What's your role? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rory, for having me. Actually, after quite a long time that we missed each other, you lost my contact, but we thank God that we have now reconnected. And I'm sorry for the wildfires that are happening in Canada.
Thank you.
Know that we are with you in our prayers. We hope that you survive. Actually, I'm Hastings Kajomba Bwanali, director at Helping Hands Orphanage in Malawi, and also a pastor at one of the local churches. So most of the times, I spend my time, doing my local missionary work right here in Malawi. So it's a mixture of duties. Actually, a pastor, actually a local minister and director at Helping Hands Orphanage. I'm married, and I've got two beautiful girls, Hope and Grace. And, I've got also a wife, Simona, who is now a teacher, and so nice that she's my wife. So actually, we run Helping Hands Orphanage. It's a project that actually started in 2008, and by then we had quite a few number of kids, of vulnerable kids and orphans. By then, actually, we had 5 kids and the 3 widows that we started up with. Over the years, we have grown up to 400 kids right now, and we have 161 widows and widowers, with 32 volunteers that work on daily basis for free, just running the orphanage.
Wow.
Yes.
So you're a dad to 400 kids.
Yes, I'm blessed. I'm blessed with 400 kids. So including my kids, it means I've got 402 kids.
That's true. That's true. So let's talk a little bit about, just to educate our viewers, because we have viewers from all over the world.
Yes.
So let's talk about why the kids are orphaned, or you have all the widows and widowers. What has happened to create that?
Yeah,
Parents
over the years.
passed away.
Yeah, over the years, Malawi and Africa in general has been hit by HIV/AIDS, and this has caused a number of parents passing away and leaving children alone. Not only that, but also natural death and natural disasters. As you can see, in 2020, since 2020, we've been having cyclones in Malawi. So that again has increased the number of vulnerable people, like the orphans and the widows. Uh, just 1 hour drive from my home, 1 hour or 2 hours drive from my home, two whole villages were swept away by cyclone Freddy. So you can imagine the trauma and the orphans that survived. So it's like we are having such challenges, and that increases the number of orphans and widows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you personally. Did you grow up near your community where you are now, and
Yes.
go away and get educated and then come back? Am I correct in that?
Yeah. In fact, I was born in this community and raised up in this community, and seeing these challenges growing up with me, because I was one of them.
Right.
In this community, a lot of kids don't go to school. So, being that I got a chance to go to the primary school, I went to I went to the primary school, went further to the high school, up to the university. I saw the need that we can't develop this community if we have a good number of people that haven't gone to school, because education is the bright future for an individual, for the family, for the community, and even as a country as a whole. So I saw it wise that I help my own community to provide mainly education and other programs that can help this community to develop.
Wow.
Sure. Yeah.
So then you came back.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about you're very passionate and determined. That's what I know about you.
Yeah.
To make sure that as many children as possible can get an education. That's your whole thing, isn't it?
Yes, that's the whole
And
thing that.
Yeah. And let's talk about the school. You're working on building a school right now.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Yeah. Before we went to that far, Helping Hands has a number of programs. So I think maybe we can start from there. That
Okay.
our friends and the viewers have to know what Helping Hands is doing. So
Absolutely.
we have got a number of programs that we do at Helping Hands Orphanage. For instance, we're doing healthcare. I've grown up in a community where to access medical care is almost impossible. We continue to walk uh, 2-3 hours just to get to the nearest medical facility to get treatment. And most people continue to die right in our hands, right on our backs, on our way to the hospital. So we saw it wise as Helping Hands that we venture in because we have lost a number of orphans from treatable diseases like malaria. It's a killer disease. If you waste time, then you lose that person definitely. So right now, we built a clinic. Our clinic is run almost on empty equipment, but we are able to save or to provide first aid treatment to many patients. And since the inception of this project, we have seen a number of patients getting getting treatment, and not only that, but also we do conduct mobile clinics because, as I put it, we are located in the remotest area, and most of the times when we have enough medicine, we venture into the remotest area, and we set up the clinic, and we provide medical care, to these communities for free, just to save them because they can't walk maybe 4 hours to get to our clinic or
Oh
to
my
the
God.
nearest health facility. So that's one of the programs that the Helping Hands is doing right now. But also we are doing farming. Uh, we are always struck by hunger due to erratic rains. So Helping Hands ventured in to provide farming advice or activities to the communities around. For instance, we are working with the communities to plant different crops that can survive during the dry season, like cassava, like millet, um, like, of course, some parts of the country, corn, but also we're planting banana. We are planting trees to combat climate change. So right now, as Helping Hands, we have planted over 4,000 trees, and the communities, because of the empowerment that we have initiated in them, we have planted almost 10 to 15,000 within the community. So we are
Wow.
working hard on the farming project, and this farming project is also helping us to generate um, uh, food for the orphanage because these kids are always fed at the orphanage, and some some of the food is generated by ourselves. Like we plant vegetables, we plant corn, and when we harvest them, we are able to feed these orphans. And because we're able to feed them, they're able to go to school because they can't go to school with hunger. So you can see farming, feeding program, and the healthcare, they are woven together to make one thing. And going further with that, we're also providing the word of God at the Helping Hands Orphanage because these kids and widows, most of them lose hope. So to provide hope in them, we have to still more talk about the word of God to them. And at the center of everything, we're providing education. You know, in Malawi, almost 70% of the people are not educated. So sometimes it's not because they don't want to go to school, but because they don't have the materials or the supplies for them to go to school. I can assure you that in Malawi, a child can fail to go to school or drop out of school because of a pencil like this one, a puppet like this one. Because one cannot afford it, then he can't go to school. Not only that, even a little pencil like this one, you can find a child failing to go to school because the parents can't afford to buy him or her a little pencil. Even a notebook like this one. You know, in Malawi, a lot of kids have failed to go further with their education because they can't manage to buy a notebook like this one. So, Helping Hands actually fight for these orphans so that we can provide them equipment for their education. And through that, we have seen a number of kids progressing well from primary school to high school up to the university, because we are able to equip them with the school supplies. But also, right now, because of the progress that we have made in this community, we have primary schools around us, but our kids continue to walk maybe 3 hours each way just to go to the high school, and
Oh my gosh.
that's quite challenging to many kids. So it's like you can have a number of kids, maybe 500, who have been enrolled in primary school, but as you go further with education, it's like you are now going like a bottleneck.
Right.
It's bigger downwards, but as you see as you go upwards, you see the number of kids that are going to the high school are coming. The number becomes so small, and even when you go to the university, you find that the number goes further, maybe to the smallest. You can have
Right.
maybe 500 kids who are in primary. Then you find maybe 50 kids in the high school. Then you find maybe 5 or 6 kids that are going to the university. So we are
Right.
trying to break that chain, so that the number of kids in primary and high school should be competing. You know, the number should not
Pretty much the
drop.
same number.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So, and we would like to see the number of kids in the university getting bigger and bigger. And since the Helping Hands came into the community, we have been able to produce over 19 graduates, and that has never been like that
Oh,
before
wow.
we came with the
Wow.
project. Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Let me ask you a financial question because, of course, you're a nonprofit organization and people can
Yeah,
donate money. How much does it cost a month, let's say, to sponsor a child? Like if you wanted to provide school supplies and feed them, what would that cost an
yeah.
individual?
For the school supplies, one kid requires $30 per 4 months. So when we get $30, we're able to keep in school a kid for 4 months with the school supplies. When it comes to feeding, then it's $30 per month, $30 per month. But when it comes to education or school supplies, it's $30 per 4 months.
I'm putting that up on the banner here. So what
Okay.
I'm hearing you say is it costs $30
Yes.
US
Mm-hmm.
for a kid to have supplies for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
And then to feed one of the kids is $30 US a month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes. Yes. Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to do this, put this on a banner. So just keep talking, around. That was very interesting what you mentioned about, you have this many kids coming into, primary.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes.
of course, what are some, besides the fact that I have to walk 3 or 4 miles one way or 3 hours, what are some of the other challenges that the kids face in actually getting to school? Besides the
Yeah.
fact that they have to walk there for whatever.
Yeah, that's another good question, Rory.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Actually, most of our kids, as they go to school, they cross rivers, and when these rivers flood during rainy season, these kids cannot cross to the other side of the
Oh,
river to attend education,
right.
and that's another challenge that we have been losing kids, seeing them being swept away by floods because they can't cross to the other side of the river so that they can attend to school. Not only that, but also because of the distance, these kids get to school tired and late most of the times.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this, sometimes teachers send them back home. And you know, a child like this one, then it means a child cannot is always disturbed in his or her education. But also, when these kids are growing up, girls during the menstrual periods, to walk such distance is quite challenging because you cannot be in periods. Then you walk maybe 2 hours each way or 3 hours each way. It you know to a girl is so quite challenging. So another challenge that we face is rape. These girls, because they are walking such distance and sometimes in forests, just to acquire high school education, they get raped on the way. Last year, we have seen one girl who was raped and killed, and we have seen almost 5 girls that were raped. They're still alive, but they were raped. Of course, the culprits were caught and they're in police custody right now. But still more, these kids are left with trauma, and to continue education with trauma is quite challenging to these kids. That's why Helping Hands Orphanage saw it wise that it has to build a high school just within the community that we are living in, so that we can reduce some of these challenges. So right now we started building a high school, and we have managed to build 2 learning classrooms. We are now building the library. We have also managed to build the septic tanks. So we have a lot to do because we need a laboratory for these kids. We also need dormitories or hostels so that the kids can be residing within the school, so that we can protect them from the challenges they face on daily basis for them to acquire high school education.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about the challenges also around, because I'm curious now when you mentioned about the girls.
Mhm.
How do you fund or how do you get like hygiene products to the girls, or do you have a way to so that they have the proper sanitary napkins for when they're having their period, toothpaste, soap? What about that aspect of hygiene? Do you have anything on the go for that, or how can people contribute to that?
Yeah, we have 2 sewing machines that we are able to make some pads for the girls. Of course, it's quite challenging because it means we have to source funds so that we can buy materials and start making these sanitary pads. But if we can have people that can come in to join us with join hands with us, maybe to donate. the sanitary pads, or to donate the funds so that we can buy more machines, because we have 2 machines. I think if you can have maybe 3, 4 machines or 5 sewing machines, and we be able to buy the equipment for the sanitary pads, then definitely we're going to be able to make them on our own, because sometimes shipping the equipment, sometimes they get lost on the way. So that's why we encourage much to buy the materials on our local markets and make the parts for our kids.
Wow, that is so amazing to me that you would make those. Let's talk about getting supplies, like whether you're buying pencils or, so let's say you get some money and you need to purchase some things. What does that look like? Can you explain that to our viewers? How much distance, how do you get there? Where do you find stuff? Because I'm picturing these girls, you know what? I want to get a bunch of women together and ship over like boxes and boxes and boxes of disposable pads, right? So they don't have to be messing around. But tell us about you getting supplies, like when you need supplies for the orphanage. What does that look like?
Yeah, in fact, getting the disposable pads is a good idea, but being that we live in the communities, I would love that people be able to donate the reusable pads, because in that way they can stay longer than the disposable ones.
Yeah.
So actually, when we have a chance to get finances, we drive maybe 2.5 hours to go to the closest market and buy the equipment like school supplies for the orphanage, even some crops like rice, because we also feed them rice, porridge rice. We go to the across markets to buy these materials.
Right.
But if people want to come in to donate the materials, we welcome the materials with open hands, honestly, because our kids are suffering a lot, honestly.
Well, just the things that we're talking about, Hastings, are so basic. Like these are basic needs that here in the Western world we just take for granted. We think we can't get a bigger screen TV, then we're not well off. But what you're talking about are basic needs to maintain our dignity, to not be so traumatized. I mean, they're traumatized already because they've lost their parents.
Yes.
Right? They're already traumatized.
Yes.
And what are we doing for that? So it's like, if you want to donate, because I don't mind asking for money, but if you want to support you, just go to the website. You have a website. I'm putting it up on the ticker here.
Yes.
Support helpinghandsorphanage.com. So a person can go in there and donate.
Yes.
Well, we better all do that today, like right now. And we'll put that out there today and tomorrow and the next day and every day. Because I'm back on the air, Hastings.
Yes.
I had a break, COVID.
Yeah. I see.
Big mouth, but I better start with myself. I better not tell other people what to do when I haven't done it myself. So I'm all about it. I'll be in there today. And so imagine $30 gets them those school supplies. And you're on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Now, are you on Facebook under your name or Helping Hands? Or
my
both?
name? Yeah,
Your
both.
name.
Yeah,
Both.
Helping Hands Orphanage, Malawi, Africa.
Right.
Then,
because you frequently post pictures, videos.
Yes.
And when I look at what's on the looks on the faces of the children when they get their supplies, it's like, wow, they're so excited. And also, too, what I really appreciate about your photos is the kids are wearing brightly colored clothing. Is that something else that you use, that you make when you buy your materials? You make the clothes for the kids, or you have someone who sews for the kids?
Yeah, as I've put it, we have got two sewing machines, and we have got somebody who makes the clothes. We taught one of the kids how to make clothes.
Oh,
So yeah, so this kid spends much of his time making clothes for these orphans. You know, because um, when they go to school without uniforms, they are always sent back home. So we said, no, we can't keep this going on. We have
yeah.
to make sure that our kids are in school and they've got school uniforms. So we buy the materials and we make these uniforms right at the orphanage for these kids, because many of these can't afford to buy the school uniforms. You know, these kids
No.
are not kept at Helping Hands at one place. These kids are actually stay in their homes. They just commute from their homes, because in that way, um, it is helping us not to break the relationship which is there between them and their relatives. So we've got other kids that are being kept uh, by aidless and widows, and we've got other kids that are looking after each other. A kid looking after his own siblings or her own siblings. So, you know, it tells that when a kid is being kept by his fellow sibling, to find funds for the uniform and other basic needs becomes a challenge. Same as being with the widow. So that's why we said no, at least we should be providing the uniforms for the kids.
Exactly. Now, let's talk a little bit about the food. I know you do serve a power up, a high powered um, product. So, what is it that they eat that you provide? What do you feed them?
Yeah, we provide them with insima. That's our local food that we eat on daily basis in Malawi. Insima is made out of corn flour and with some eggs or sometimes vegetables, beans and other relish. Sometimes we provide them with a rice porridge, and we add some sugar, some salt, and sometimes we add ground nuts just for proteins
Hmm.
for these
Hmm.
kids. And over the years, we have reduced a number of hunger-related diseases. We have reduced even malnutrition among our orphans and those that are vulnerable, because they're not only orphans, we also keep the vulnerable. So it's not more like the orphanage as the orphanage it is, but
Hmm.
it's a life caring center. It's a
Hmm.
combination of orphans and those that are vulnerable. So
Right.
over the years, as I've put it, we have reduced the number of hunger related deaths, because we're able to feed them, but also we've reduced malnutrition and other
Hmm.
diseases.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your support system. Who you have there helping you? Like, what's really interesting, it's Helping Hands Orphanage, but
Yes.
you need lots of helping hands yourself.
Yes.
So, right,
Yeah, I agree with you.
yeah, to keep things going. So tell us a little bit about the people that are right there with you, that support the school, that support the sewing, whatever. Who have you got in your corner there? Who's your tribe?
Yeah, in fact, we have local and national supporters. We've got people right here in Malawi that support us. For instance, we encourage these widows, we teach them how to farm, and we provide them with resources. And when they produce food, they share some of the harvest with Helping Hands Orphanage, so that we can be feeding these orphans. Some come in and support us financially. So we also depend on donor aid within our communities and the Malawi in general. On international scene, we've got the families that come in and support with us. So we've got individuals, just well wishers. If, for instance, Laurie wants to support us with maybe $30, maybe $10, $15. So it's more like people just come in to support with us. We would love that maybe organizations and other institutions like churches could come in as well. Even families could continue coming in to Helping Hands and support us with materials and even with finances. So every month, every donation that is made is accounted for, and we provide receipts for that, so that the people that have donated are able to see what they donated for, because we're able to provide them with pictures, we're able to provide them with videos, we're able to provide them with the receipts, and everything is accounted for, as I've put it.
Yes. Well, that's right, because there are a lot of fraudulent people out there now,
Yes.
using things to get money, but you're the real deal. And so we need to get on that, because, your story is so powerful. And you, as one individual, you and Simona, have made a huge difference for so many kids.
Yeah.
And you deserve to have the support for you guys, so that you have what you need and want for your family, right? Yes. So we need to get on this right away. And of course, the show, all we ask for from our viewers is to get on and share the show. So right now we're streaming live here in the Disability Channel. We're streaming live on my Facebook page, Laurie Davis Facebook page, my 2 YouTube channels, the Disability Channel. Hastings, we've expanded so much since you and I have been together on this platform.
Yeah,
and about 3 months ago, I was with another network, and then I was invited to come on board with the Disability Channel. And I told the founder, and you'll meet him, he said, well, would you consider hosting the Today Show? And I said, sure, once a week. I said, oh, no. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in doing a show once a week. We have to do 5 days a week.
What a blessing. What a blessing.
Right? And I said, it's not about money. We don't make money, but we can find money, to help others, and that's what we're doing. So anyway, this whole concept of the Disability Channel, and you know me, was so close to my heart. I couldn't say no, right?
Yes.
So now I'm basically doing, I think, a total of 7 shows a week. But so we need to get on board with this and get all over this, because you've been working really hard for many years. 2008, 2018, you got through COVID, and you're still here. You're one of the survivors.
Yes.
Definitely. Still standing strong on your mission, right? Oh, and Kathy said, this particular show, we got picked up by Your Home TV, which is a United States American broadcasting distribution, and we do 1 show a week. So Kathy's our girl. She said, beautiful. This show is going to Your Home TV, and she'll make sure of that.
Beautiful.
That's who Kathy is.
Beautiful.
And Your Home TV, it's huge. We also send a half-hour show once a week to a company called Kojiko, which is another service provider, that provides internet service, television, and we'll get that out there. I think, Kathy, we should have Hastings in to do a half-hour show for Kojiko, because that particular platform only likes a half-hour show. So we'll have you back and we'll do that. So we're in a position now to really help you that way, Hastings, because we're back on the air. The media, the platform is available, and the Disability Channel is extremely proficient at putting it out there. So we just do the show and they take care of the rest. So a lot of people will get to see the show today that, it's just going to be amazing. So let's see, I want to put your contact info. So if you want to donate, it's $30 US. Imagine, provide school supplies for 4 months.
Yes.
That's nothing. Right now, if you're going out to buy school supplies for your own kids here in Canada, just think about maybe cutting back a little bit on what you think your kid needs. Do they really need another fancy lunch bag or backpack when they've got 3 in the closet? Maybe don't buy a new backpack and send $30 off to Hastings. And then $30 a month feeds 1 kid.
Yes.
Wow. So if you've got 400 kids, though, how much is that a month to feed everybody? I like to think bigger. So $30 a month times 400, what's that, $1,200?
Yes.
So $1,200 will feed all the kids for a month.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. We should be able to scrape that up. Just saying. We need to get a sponsor. Yeah. All right. So, and if we want to donate, we just go right here. I'm going right there after the show. I'm donating today. So
thank you so much, Laurie.
Anybody else wants to go in there and throw $30 in there? Like, what is that? It's nothing. Come on, people. Let's go. We're on a roll now. Hastings, we're on a roll now, baby.
Oh, thank you so much.
Might have taken us a little while, but better late than never, right? Better late than never.
Yes.
Now, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the viewers? I'd like to ask you a personal question, if I may, to close the show. What is it that keeps you going? What is it that you get up every day with all the challenges that you face, and you can still laugh and you can still smile, and you're blessed with your own family, but what is it that keeps Hastings going? What's your gift?
Yeah, in life,
you have them.
we are born to solve problems and to face challenges, and challenges are made for people, not people made for challenges. No. So as a human being, I believe in solving problems and the changing lives for others that are in need. Because I was once somebody who was in need, lost a parent, passed through difficult challenges, but I managed to get this far. So we can build the community. I can't build the community on my own, but I can bring a change or make a difference to the community. And if I can be able to teach 5, 6 people, 7 people, and we come together, we can create a livable community, enjoyable community for many people.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to continue helping my community so that it can develop, because that can help even many people, many generations to come. But if I can fail to start today, helping my people, then it will take many years for somebody to come in and help my people. So it's my responsibility to help my people.
Right.
Yeah. So challenges, people are there to solve challenges, but challenges are not there to solve people or to solve people. No.
I love that. We're built. Okay, we're built for the challenges. The challenges aren't built for us.
Yeah.
I'm going to write that down. That's really good, Hastings. That is super.
Yeah. So before we close up, I would like to thank you, Laurie, for inviting me and accommodating me like this. It's a big blessing to me and the mission that we are running at Helping Hands. I'm urging individuals, families organizations and churches. If you are interested to visit Helping Hands, the door is open. You can come as an individual or with your family, with an organization or with your church, and work with us in different projects like feeding program, as I've put it, like farming, like the construction industry, whereby we're building the school, you know. So you can come as a church and spread the gospel and spread the gospel if you want. You can come in with the medical team at Helping Hands, because we have got the Medical Service International from USA. We've got Project Compassion from USA. They come once in every 3 years, and when they come to Malawi, they work with Helping Hands Orphanage. So we've got a small guest room that can accommodate maybe 10 people or 12 people for free. Maybe what will be required when you come here, or what is required when the team comes here, as maybe they have to buy their own food and transport. But for lodging, we've got rooms just within us that we're able to accommodate teams for free. So we need people in the health sector to come in to Helping Hands and work with us. We need people in the education sector, farming, even word of God impartation, feeding programs, sports. We have to join hands in developing this community. Sometimes, if you want to build a structure like a library. Right now, we're building a library, and this library is being built in remembrance of somebody from States. So we've got the laboratory, we've got the hostels. It can be named after your relatives as a remembrance. So we can build that if you want to join hands with us. And we are inviting you guys to come to Malawi and work with Helping Hands Orphanage. And your life will never be the same. You learn a lot, and we will learn a lot.
I just want to go buy a plane ticket right now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, Hastings, I just want to thank you so very much. I know you're busy and taking time out to join us, and we'll be re-inviting you because we have different shows that I want to put you on.
Yeah,
okay, this is just one, and we have a variety of shows that we can put you on, and I want to get your face out there even bigger and better, and hopefully that will attract somebody who's got some cash lying around. They don't know what to do with it, and it's a tax write-off, so that's important for those of us in high tax paying countries. So you're an official nonprofit organization that can issue tax receipts. That's amazing. So you've got it all set up properly from the business side, and that's really important to a lot of people. So thank you for sharing that. And we're all going to pray for your mom, because your mom is with you right now and she's not doing too well.
Yes.
So we'll put prayers out for her today as well. So today we need to do two things. We need to pray for your mom, and we need to go to and donate $30 US. Go for it. Imagine if we had 100 people do that today. Just 100 people. That's $3,000 right there.
Yes.
That's enough to feed the kids and school supplies for the next while. So let's go. We should set a goal and raise money. I think I'm on it now. I'm in a better position to do it now. Yes. Okay. All things come when they're supposed to, right?
Yes.
That's right. Okay. My guest today, Hastings Kajomba. Say your name for me so I know how to say it.
Hastings Kajomba Bwanali. Hastings, yes, Bwanali. Kajomba Bwanali. And you can find that name on Facebook.
Yes. Just search that, and you'll have all the videos and everything that Hastings has worked on. All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. We have Friday. We do like sort of very serious things, Hastings, all week. And then on Friday, we try to have a little fun. So Fun Friday is tomorrow. We have two beautiful entertainers coming in, a female singer and a male musician, and they're going to come in and talk to us about what they're up to and what they're doing. So you know, even though the world seems like it's in a really dark place or hard place, there's a lot of good things going on.
Yes, yes,
And there are a lot of good people out there working really hard to make a difference. So thank you. It was great to be here with you.
Thank you,
We'll stick around and we'll do a little catch up after the show. So we're going to close the show down now. So I'm Dr. Laurie Davis, your host for today on the Today Show. And I'm here 5 days a week, pretty much. And so have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
Who are you? Standing in the dark, I see your face, but the pieces broke apart. Where are you from? Why are you here? Can you tell me all the secrets that you fear? Lying down a dark, empty road, fighting just for one glimpse of hope. And she's always alone, but she tries to be strong, as she tells me the one thing that she's been haunted from is to be known. She's just a child who's been hurt down deep inside, but without tears, for that part of her has died. Calling out your name, all she gets from you is shame. You can't push away the blame for all her pain. Lying down a dark, empty road, fighting just for one glimpse of hope. And she's always alone, as the pain grows too strong, and she screams out the one thing that she's been haunted from is to be known. My heart is set, I'm committed to her now. She lifts her head, and I know those eyes somehow, struggling to breathe. All this time I've been deceived in this broken and shattered soul that I've tried to free. I see me down a dark, lonely road, fighting just for one glimpse of hope. And she's all Thank you.